Do it.
Let's go. So let's talk about Saturday's practice. Sunday today, the team is off, so we'll catch up a little bit on what took place in training camp day 9. So training camp day 9, everything that I'm hearing from out of Oxnard, the practice was really good. Still the same theme, a lot of energy. We're dealing with, I think, probably the lead story is just the situation with the offensive line. There was some movement from the Dallas Cowboys. Went out and signed Lael Collins, an old face, somebody that's familiar. It doesn't seem like it's been too long ago, but we brought Lael Collins in, and we also made a sign for a Christian. Trying to think of his first name, Coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Geron Christian.
Yeah, that's right, John Christian, my man.
Yeah, both of them are
Yeah.
veterans. Both of them are veterans. Both of them been around in the league for quite a while. I think Lael Collins last time playing was 2022 with the Cincinnati Bengals. So he had some health issues. Just didn't kind of got out of shape and things. But they said he showed up to the workout 30 pounds lighter, man, looking pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I heard he looked in shape, man. Looked like he could move pretty well. But we will see.
We
We
will,
will
man.
see.
We will see.
Yeah.
You know that he has a really good relationship with Dak. But they were really close friends. Him, Zeke, and Dak when they all were in their early days with the Cowboys. So I think Dak is happy to
Yeah.
have his guy back. And I'm not sure as far as what they would do as far as on a day-to-day basis on Sunday, but they'll definitely help the team get prepared, get ready, give us a little bit of depth. Some guys that some bodies that we can kind of throw around in there and bang around, give us a good look, Coach. What's your thoughts
Absolutely.
on the additions? Same thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just depth pieces, and I don't know if they'll make the 53, but like you said, we need to get through camp. We need to get through these games. Um, because we're definitely going to give the majority of the looks at tackle to Nate Thomas, and I seen Richards, and what's my other guy who's on that right side?
Hakeem.
Hakeem. Yes sir, yes sir. So
Hakeem's dealing with
they're going to
he's dealing with a little bit of an injury, right? That he's been kind of day to day and out, banged up. I
That's
think.
right. Yeah, that's man. Everybody dang near is dang. So, no, that's real
Yeah,
talk,
no, we
man.
thin, man. Yeah,
That's why we had to get those guys in there, man.
yeah, we had to go out and sign some guys. So, I mean, I think we'll be okay. Like we were talking about, it's early, in training camp, so it's plenty of time for those guys to heal and get better. But yeah, we are thin, and we're battling with injuries just like all the teams around the league. So
Absolutely.
we'll
But
work through it.
none of them are major injuries.
Right.
None of them. Besides my man Robert Jones, who's gonna miss 2-3 months. But other
And
than
Guyton.
that, yeah,
And
yeah,
Guyton.
Guyton, he should be back by week 2, 3 at the latest. I'm hoping.
Yeah, it'd be good to get him back in there. So we'll see, man. Hopefully, it'll be sooner than later, but we'll see how that works out. Just the talk that I've heard around the camp and everything, as far as just reading some of the blogs and things that are out there and some stuff on X. Really, man, we haven't talked a lot about him, and he's been solid. It's Beebe, man. Beebe is really, they said, took another step. He's gotten stronger. Like we've always said, this guy came in and played a position that he really had never played. So for him to get out there and take that position and do so well as a rookie, this second year, his sophomore season, man, you should really look for big things from him. They said he's having an outstanding camp.
Yeah, he's a football player, man. Like you said, he wasn't a center. He played majority guard. He played all around, but he played majority guard at Kansas State. So when he came here, he was learning a new position. So now, after a year under his belt, we would hope he's making that next step, and he has been. He works on his craft, and now he's gotten his old position coach back with him in Connor Riley. So I'm expecting him to really lead us, man. Once Tyler Smith comes back, man, I really expect us to really control or have at the least a stalemate with any defensive lines. And I'm talking about the Eagles too, with their big boys up front.
Yeah, I really think of course it's going to hurt us because some of the the gelling and the guys learning to play with each other with them being out early in training camp. That could be something that maybe could delay the process. But I do believe that this line, man, once they come together, man, and they really get that cohesiveness and they gel as a one unit, I think they're really going to be a really good offensive line. I really do, man. I really look for this offensive line. If we can, if we can stay healthy, that's been the biggest thing. But yeah, I'm really excited, and I've been hearing some good things about Nathan at the Nathan Thomas at the left tackle who's been backing up Guyton. They say he's been really did a great job, man, so far. Really pleased with what he's been able to give them from a backup.
Right, because you're gonna get looks. You're gonna get looks in practice. We got one of the best defensive end units in the league, so he's gonna get tested.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And Lael, and on the other side, Steele has been really solid. His camp has been really good, and he's getting some really good work, man. Donovan Easy is over there on his side, so a lot of times he's getting that work, and I think that's going to really help him with his development, getting back to where he was at after that injury, with going against someone that's that fast. Because I think that type of rusher, a speed rusher who's really quick off the ball, I think where Lael, I keep wanting to call him Lael, where Terrence Steele has struggled at. So we'll definitely keep seeing how he's progressing, because if Steele is really, really good this year, we're not so much worried of him about his run blocking, but it's more about his pass blocking from the tackle position. And then if Guyton is
mm-hmm.
able to come or Nathan Thomas is able to hold up solid, I definitely think we're good with the guards that we have in there.
Hey man, we're gonna take team to Pound Town. Pause. We gonna pound that rock. I really believe that, man. With this line, with the you know what I mean. If we can get Guyton back healthy early, whenever he gets back, and they start, like you said, it's a matter of gelling and playing on one accord. And once we get there, man, I think we got the pieces to be one of at least a top 10 offensive line in the league, at least. I really believe that. I'm thinking top 5, but I could be a homer.
No, man, I'm with you. Hey, Coach T, I'm the same way, man. I'm not expecting anything less, man. I really am excited about this offensive line. And as you have said countless times on here, is talking about that offensive line coach, man, with Riley,
Mhm.
and then having Clayton Adams, who also
Mhm.
had experience as an offensive line coach, who's our offensive coordinator. Good things I
Yeah,
think that's going to be coming from that group. So let's just pray and hope that we get everyone back healthy. So yes, sir. Just thinking about too before we close out on the offensive line. I know just Matt Waletzko, who's really not been able to get healthy. He's been injured and really hasn't done much. They went ahead and let him go. So he's gone out of there. That kind of opened up a spot for Collins and Christian. They also let go of Campbell Harris, their wide receiver.
yeah,
Just put him on, I think,
right.
on injury
Yeah,
ending, injury
on the
reserve.
list.
Yeah. So I freed
Reserve.
up a couple of spots. Yep. Let's talk about practice. Just talk about a little bit quickly about what we've heard about the practice and maybe some of the players that stood out and what we are hearing that was reported out of Oxnard. One thing I heard was that the defense really got after it. The offense, I believe, the day before really had a really good day. A lot of long bomb passes to Pickens, CD Lamb. They were really having a great practice. I heard the defense really got after it on Saturday. A lot of good play from the defensive line. Jay Toa, as me and you were discussing earlier, they really are impressed with him, looking like he could maybe be that guy at the one technique that could maybe take that starting spot and replace Mozzie there. So he looked very good. So that's very good. Osa has been having an outstanding camp. So just to hear some of these names up front in the trenches is really exciting, and that's really where I think if we can stop that run, I think Eberflus will put something together behind it with his schemes and his coverage package.
Absolutely, man. And I mean, that's the key to anything, man. Stopping the daggone run. We couldn't stop. We couldn't stop a nosebleed last year, man. 130 yards a game. That's terrible. So we have to. We will do better. You can't do no worse than that. So man, I'm expecting with Toa. They're saying if you don't double team him, then he's going to push somebody into the quarterback's lap. That's what I've heard that numerous
I
times.
like it.
So
I like it.
they have to double team him.
So
It's
that's what I'm
number
talking about, Coach T.
42 that he's
That's what
listed.
I'm talking about, man. That's what we've been needing in the middle of that defense. Now, you remember they went out and got them oldies but dusty guys. Who was that we brought in?
I heard Thomas has been playing with, really come on his last couple practices.
Right.
We said last practice he could have been credited with couple sacks.
Okay.
So he's starting to show up. Like you said, we have a great defensive end unit room. As long as we get these tackles, if we can shore up this middle, man, we have a chance to be widely a really good top defensive team.
Yeah, man, because everything starts right up there in the trenches, man. And I think what we're going to see this year is instead of just a lot of man on man, just like, trying to stand up linemen and let the linebackers feel, I think we're really going to be aggressive off the ball and off the snap.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Creating running, stopping running by creating lanes, you know what I mean? By getting, slants and different things like that to be able to get up the field. And I think that's going to be really exciting for us, man. And hopefully, man, this year we can even generate a pass rush from out of that front four or something too, where we don't have to blitz as much. One thing that we did here by Eberflus is that he's really not a blitzer. He likes to play a lot of his base defense. So, but with defensive ends that we've got, if we can keep them on long distances, second and third down, third and 10, excuse me, then we're going to be able to send those guys, Donovan Easy, Micah Parsons. Those guys should have a field day out there.
Dante Fowler, Sandwich. Hey man,
We did.
and like you said, it all hinges on first down, stopping the run, making it second and long.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So always, anytime we can report anything with our defensive line, man, we get really excited about it.
Yes, sir.
Another person that I
Absolutely.
heard, Elijah Clark, undrafted rookie, strong safety. I heard he's had some couple of good days, man. He's really out there. They say he's a ball hawk, man. He's always around the ball. To have some turnovers, punching that ball out, some breakups. So he's had some good days, not just one day. They're saying that he's strung together some good practices. Continues to stand out. So he had a great practice. So on the defensive end, also hearing that Elam is still playing very well at a high level. He's continued his play. It looks like, at least going into our first preseason game, he will be the number one corner opposite Bland, where he's currently at. So we hope that he continues to keep growing, keep getting better. This could be a blessing in disguise, him coming over from Buffalo, coming over to Dallas. Maybe our system fits him better. So I'm hoping that he was a first round draft pick too, right, Coach?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's a first round draft pick. So a lot of talent that was there that maybe had not been tapped into. So I'm hearing that he's playing real good. Maris, I'm hearing him. He's still having a great camp for us on the defensive side of the ball. Anybody else you hearing out there?
Defensively?
Yeah, defensively.
Just piggybacking on Clark, man, he was a big pickup. I remember undrafted. We were expecting him. He and his was a linebacker from Syracuse. Also, I can't think of his name right now. Who we were expecting, who had a chance to possibly make the team. And you see why they're saying that, because Elijah Clark, like you said, is around the ball all the time, and with these injuries, who was it? Shoddy who said, it happens. Next guy got to step up. And, got the injury to Wanye, so Elijah Clark is now getting more of a look, and he's taking advantage of the looks that he's getting. So, Shamar James, if I'm not I believe Shamar James, linebacker from Florida, and running with the ones from time to time, man. He looks really good. Doesn't look out of place, man, on the few clips I've seen. And that's really key because we're kind of thin at LB, man. We don't have a whole lot of quality depth, man.
That's a great point. That's a great point, Coach. And I've been hearing the same thing about James too. That he's been really good, man. I remember when he came out. I think it was the numbers that kind of threw us off because I think he only ran like a 4.6. You know what I mean? 4.6, 4.7. So you kind of looked and frowned upon that. But like we said, man, some players, man, the tell of the tape is not what you see when you get out there on the field, man. Some guys really know how to play angles well, and this is good. This is good. This is the guy from out of Florida. So
Yes,
this is
sir.
good. This is good. Guy that we got it
Yes,
later
sir.
in the draft is out there performing well. Hey,
Absolutely.
talking a little bit about somebody that me and you have been very excited about, and we've been wondering where he's been at, Mr. Flournoy. Mr. Flournoy had a really good practice on Saturday, man. They said he caught a nice deep bomb, came back, caught another deep bomb across the middle. And they said one of the things they really like about him is that he's able to sit down and find holes in the zone. You know, it's like something that he just like a natural knack that he has, man. He reads really well and he gives the quarterback a place to throw that ball to. So really happy to hear that, man. Really happy to hear that because early in the camp, I was really anticipating hearing big things from you, and I didn't hear it. So it's good to
Mhm.
know that he's out there making some
Yeah,
plays.
absolutely, man. That's why these preseason games are going to be really important because we got to shake this thing out with the wide receiver position, man. We got a lot of bodies out there, but not a lot of positions for them. You know, we only gonna keep 5 or 6. And we got a lot of bodies when you think about Jalen Brooks, Flournoy, my man Trayshawn Holden, who's been showing up. Cropper shows up every year. He's always showing up in camp. But that's aside from our top three, which I think Mingo has put himself in that top three as a third wide receiver. Man, he has some strong hands. He's a strong, big body man who can separate a little bit. So
Yeah,
I
so
think
it's good to hear, man.
some decisions can be made.
I was down on Mingo towards the end of the year. I was really like, man, I think it was more about us just giving the fourth pick up. At that time,
Mhm.
I didn't understand it, but Mingo, the more you've read about him, the more that you see him, he makes plays. I can see why, we were high on him when we wanted to take him in the draft. And so it seems like we just kind of
Right.
tracked him, and when there was an opportunity, we jumped on it. But yeah, man, I was given the top 6 or top 5 wide receivers in our last episode. I don't know about
Mhm.
that, man. Things is changing, man. People are starting to make, moves and impressions on the coaches. And the big thing is, like we keep saying, it's going to be about these preseason games.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be
Absolutely,
about
man.
these
Yeah,
preseason
I mean,
games.
because hey, we can ramble off about 7 to 10
Hmm.
wide receivers that have had, we've heard their name sometime during this camp and previous seasons. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be fun, man. And real quick, I don't know, but Mafa, we've been having some injuries in the backfield. Who's hurt?
Deuce
Miles
Vaughn.
Sanders is out for a little bit. Deuce Vaughn is out for a little bit. So we only got 4 healthy running backs. And I heard Mafa's been running strong and it shows some real quickness, man. The rookie from what is 6th round pick from Clemson.
Good
I
to
heard
hear.
he is showing some promise, man.
Good to hear, man.
Yeah,
Marfa,
yeah.
hey, Marfa's like, look, man, this is an opportunity. These guys
That's
going
right.
down, it's unfortunate. I'm here, I'm getting the reps, and I'm eating. You know what I mean? So that, hey, that's all you can ask for from a guy. So good for Marfa, man. Make it hard on them guys, man. I want it to be hard on these coaches, man, when they have to turn in,
Yeah,
them groups, man, because that way we're going to get the best guys, man, out of these players. I mean, the best players, man,
yeah.
out.
That's what they say. They want this competition. They
Yeah, it's
want this
pretty
competition.
competition.
And iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpen iron,
You know?
coach. I like it, man.
Yeah.
So from the old faithfuls, Dak and CD, they had
Mhm.
2 deep bombs that they hooked up on. You know what I mean? So that's really good. Always to hear, you know what I mean? The bread and butter. Still looking sharp, iron sharpens iron. So we like what we see there.
Absolutely.
We talked about the defensive line having a strong day. Jay Toa is one of the names that I kept hearing from
Mhm.
some of the scouts and people who was doing some reporting. Also, Donovan Easy, man, just continues, man, to just look awesome as a first year player, man. It looked like he's, been here a couple of years the way they say he's out there playing, and he's just so hard to block, man. The thing that you have to watch about him too is when you watch him on the tape, he gets off the
Mhm.
ball so fast, man, his anticipation that you think he's jumping off sides. So that's gonna be something that we'll watch, man, especially in preseason if he gets called sometime for jumping off, man. And when you look back at the tape, man, you slow it down, you see that he's really not, man. He's timing that
You're
thing, man, perfectly, man. And his first step,
you're
man,
right.
is really explosive.
That's what we need, man. That's what they got him for. 2nd round pick, man. Who should have been in the first round. You know what I mean? He was a gift from the NFL draft gods. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Not, a lot much more than that, coach, man. I think practice has just been steady, man. Every day the team is getting better. I think the competition that we've just been discussing has been there. Shadi has that going. I mean, everything is competitive. So this is to me one of the better camps that I've seen from the Cowboys in I want to say a decade. I mean, it's just completely different,
It's
man.
been a minute.
It's
And it's what Shotty's brought. It's the Shotty effect, man. The energy that he's brought, man, with himself and the coaches. It's we're coming from who was it, Jason Garrett, and then Mike McCarthy. These guys ain't gonna bring no energy. You know what I mean? No youthful exuberance. You know what I mean?
right,
Snap.
right,
You
right.
know,
And then also
like you
too, man, a
said,
little
it's a
bit
whole
of
different feel.
Shadi's got a swagger about himself too that I like. You know what I mean? It's he comes off as a very confident guy. And that's what you want. You definitely want somebody up there, man, that's not panicking, that's you know, he's in it for the long ride, man. And he talks all the time about, winning the championship this year.
Right.
That's the expectation, man. Not just and some people just say it, yeah, well, that's what we play for every year. But it seems like really, man, this is something that, what I'm saying, he really believes in truly, man. And that's just gonna trickle down into his staff and to the players. So Cowboy Nation, I am very excited about what we have from this team. Like me and Coach keep saying, man, this preseason game, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to see it all come together and see who's going to be winning these battles. Coach, I'm going to pass it over to you, man. Let you take us up
Practice
out of here.
Monday. Practice Monday, Ram scrimmage Tuesday, man. So we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it real quickly. But I just got 3 words: pay that man. That's all I gotta say. Pay that man with all the BS, because you don't want to sever the relationship and burn the bridge. Yeah, he can't go anywhere. Yeah, he'll play, but you won't get everything. You know what I mean? And you want Micah. You don't want to burn that bridge, Jerry Jones. You don't, because it's first time he can leave, he will be gone. So pay that man, reconcile, humble yourself a little bit, which I know will never happen. But pay that man. I'm gonna say that every day till he get paid. Pay that man.
There you go, man. You heard it from Coach T, man. Your man T Drake, man, for Carry On Tradition Podcast. Signing off. One love.